Thanks everyone for joining me for another episode of Let's Talk Travel, where I get to share from some of my favorite tour guides, people I would travel with personally. And today I'm excited to have both Kristen and Jake. So we're here a couple different places to go, and I'll share a little bit at the end as well. So Jake is joining us from Germany. Welcome, Jake.
Hi, everybody. Yeah, I'm currently in the wonderful city of Munich, Germany, in Bavaria, and I'm standing in what's called Odeonsplatz. Behind me is the very famous Feldhalle, the memorial to the soldiers of Bavaria, built by Maximilian von Joseph at the end of the Napoleonic Wars. And then over here is, of course, the former home of the kings and queens of Bavaria, the residence. And I'm currently having dinner right over there with some friends of mine. It's a wonderful night here in the city, and I wish all of you could come and experience it. In this direction, we of course have the College District, where Lola Montez, the very famous burlesque dancer, was chased out of the city after her relationship with Ludwig I and the political revolutions of the middle of the 1800s. But yeah, I would love to just kind of mention to everybody that we are doing some really fun trips, of course, coming up in 2025. We're going to be doing Christmas market trips. We're going to be doing Oktoberfest trips. We're going to do a spring into Italy and a fall into Italy. And we're also doing, of course, our famous three-country ski trip. Right now, it is incredibly cheap to come and ski in Europe because we have yet to embrace the icon and the epic passes. And so our lift tickets are only about 50 euros a day, depending on the ski resort. So it's really, really fun to come over here and ski. And the Alps are a wonderful place to do that. As far as 2025, we're going to be changing things up. If you are interested, you can always find out our information at allthingsgarmisch.com, where we will be, as of next month, changing our trips so that we can accommodate more people and kind of accommodate your schedules, because everybody is trying to come over, but 10 days, which is our traditional trip time, a little bit too long. So instead, what we're going to do is try and do a 7-day trip. So if you guys can leave on a Sunday and be back on a Saturday, have Sunday to rest and go back to work on a Monday. The next big one we're going to be promoting, of course, is 2025's Christmas market trip, where we do not only Christmas markets in Munich, Garmisch-Partenkirchen, Innsbruck, Salzburg, but we also go see the Krampus of Berchtesgaden, the evil demons that parade through the streets and whip you as they go. I call it vacationing with fear. It's a lot of fun, and it's a great way to experience the excitement that you find in the Christmas time here, as well as the snowy mountains of Berchtesgaden and the beautiful markets with their hot mulled wine and all my favorite vendors. I always like to try and find one hidden Christmas market as well. And one of my favorites is in a little town called Großweil, where I like to take people where every vendor is a local. It's really neat. Well,
Yeah.
yeah, please come and join us anytime, guys. We would love to have you. I'd love to, of course, introduce you to this amazing part of the world.
So, couple questions. How many people are you thinking of having on your 2025 tours?
We only do, for each of our trips, we only do 10 people. So what we do is we take two Mercedes V classes and we put 5 people in each with 2 tour guides. And that way we can kind of go and look at whatever we want to look at. So that if we see something on the side of the road, we can always stop. I don't like big tour buses. I find it to be a little bit confining. I like to be able to make my own schedule as the day goes. So what we do is we put together a schedule and then we try and adhere to it. But sometimes we get a little distracted. We see a squirrel or two.
That sounds like my kind of trip. That's awesome. And Oktoberfest, when you do the Oktoberfest, where do people generally fly into to meet you for that?
Oh, the Oktoberfest. Over 1 million people on any given day in the fairgrounds of the Oktoberfest, celebrating the wedding of Ludwig I when he marries Theresia Sachsen von Heldenbergenhausen on October 12th, 1810. For the Oktoberfest, what we do is we stay out of the city. Munich becomes an insane mass of people trying to get to the fairgrounds every day. And then every night, it's this insane mass of people with a bit of beer in their head. So what we like to do is we stay just a little bit out of the city where it's a little bit quieter in a town called Murnau, which is where Kandinsky began Expressionism with his very famed mistress, Gabriele Munter. And then what we do is we fly in and out of Munich because it's so much easier. And then we go to all the best tents for our trip. We go to the Käferfestzelt and have a beer with Arnold Schwarzenegger. And then we end up hanging out in Marstall for our evening reservation. And then we also do one of my favorite tents. We go to the Stifla, which is a small Schützenfest tent in the old Oktoberfest, which is really a lot of fun. That's actually my personal favorite. Oh, and we
Oh.
couple it with Salzburg as well, too.
Oh wow. All right. Well, that sounds good. So, and the
Yeah, we go
Christmas
down to Salzburg.
Christmas markets tour too, fly in and out of Munich or
Everything we do is in and out of Munich because we found there's some really cheap flights going in and out of Munich right now, especially if you're coming from North Carolina,
yes.
Charlotte.
Right. Yeah, exactly. And there's some direct flights, a lot more direct flights I've noticed from the US to Munich the past year.
Correct.
So that's
Correct.
nice for US travelers. So all the trips, 10 people, two
That's
vans.
it.
I love it. That is great. So are you collecting names for a waiting list for 2025? How are you working that?
Well, if you are interested, just come to our website, allthingsgarmisch.com, and then you can always shoot us an email and tell us what you're interested in. And then we'll see what availability we have and we'll put together our waiting list. As far as for 2025 trips, we've already got a lot of people signed up. So what we're trying to do is right now is reorganize everything so that we can do the 5 day trips instead of our traditional 10-day trip. So we can get more people, so we can have more people come and enjoy this beautiful part of the world.
Fabulous. Well, thank you so much, Jake. Does anyone have
You're
any,
very welcome.
do you have any questions for him, Kristen?
I guess the only question I would have is, are your tours mobility friendly for people that use like mobility scooters or anything like that?
Sadly, not right this minute. The reason being is currently, as you can see, Europe, it's just not well, where we are, Munich. They're trying to make things more mobility friendly, and all of our vans currently do not have the infrastructure for it at this time. I'm so sorry. Plus, New Schwanstein, where we take everybody, most of the castles we go through, they're on sides of mountains, so it's really kind of a challenge at the time. We're trying to fix that as best as we can. I've been working with the Bayerische Schloss and Stadtverwaltung to get better handicap access to the castle, as well as I'm working with the rental car company right now to see if they will be able to provide us with some vans that are mobility friendly. But I can't say yes at this time, sadly.
No, appreciate that. Good question, Kristen.
No problem.
All right, so your website one more time, Jake, so we can let you enjoy your dinner.
The website is www.allthingsgarmisch.com. Garmisch.
Fabulous. Thank you so much, Jake. I super appreciate
You're
it.
welcome. Well, thank you. You guys have a wonderful day, and I'll enjoy my wonderful night having dinner. I'll
All
talk to you
right.
guys soon.
See ya. Thanks,
Ciao.
Jake.
Sure.
All right. That was good to hear from Jake. So, Kristen, I'm going to let you introduce yourself. Tell us about your tours. I think Darcy joined. So let me go. Hang on here.